how do they even begin to navigate it? The report mentions a really important distinction between two types of facilities: JCI clinics and Class 3A hospitals.
This is a critical insider tip for anyone listening. Your first instinct as a Westerner looking for medical care abroad is to look for a JCI accreditation.
Because that's the international gold standard for quality.
Exactly. And those places are
Yeah.
great. They look like five-star hotels. The staff speaks perfect English. They cater to expats. But they are really designed for minor issues, or a standard checkup, or maybe a broken leg.
But if you have stage 4 cancer, or you need advanced robotic surgery,
Then you absolutely need the giants, the Class 3A public hospitals. These are the massive government-funded powerhouses. This is where the real government money is poured in. This is where the cutting-edge research happens, where the CAR-T trials are conducted, and where those surgeons who are doing 500 operations a year are actually working.
but I imagine walking into the lobby of a massive public hospital in Beijing as a foreigner who doesn't speak the language is pretty daunting.
Daunting is an understatement. It would be pure chaos. The signage might not be in English. The queuing systems are incredibly complex.
You'd be totally lost.
You would, and the report stresses this point heavily. You cannot do this alone. You absolutely need a medical concierge.
And this is where services like MedBridge NZ come into the picture.
Exactly. You need an intermediary on the ground to handle the complex invitation letters required for the visa. They handle the local police registration, the appointment scheduling with the right specialists, and the medical translation.
Because obviously you need your medical records translated perfectly.
Right. The report explicitly states that without a dedicated concierge, the friction of the system is just too high for a sick patient to manage on their own.
Speaking of the visas, if you need to stay longer than that 10-day transit window we talked about earlier, say you need a 6-week radiation cycle, what happens then?
Then you are looking at applying for the formal S1 or S2 medical visas. S2 is for short-term medical treatment, which is anything under 180 days, and S1 is for long-term stays.
But I'm assuming you can't just apply for those on a whim.
No, you need an official stamped invitation letter from the treating hospital.
So the actual barrier to entry here isn't the medicine itself, it's the bureaucracy.
Correct. The life-saving medicine is highly accessible and remarkably affordable. The paperwork is the moat you have to cross to get to it.
Wow, this has been a really eye-opening deep dive. I mean, we started this whole conversation with the idea of medical tourism being about vanity and saving money on cosmetic stuff.
And we ended up discussing literal survival.
It really challenges all the assumptions we have, because we're so used to the narrative that the absolute best medical care is always found in the West, and the rest of the world is just slowly trying to catch up.
It does. But this source material clearly suggests that in very specific high-stakes niches, like solid tumor therapy and the sheer efficiency of robotic surgery,